Hey everybody, how you doing? Obviously as soon as I start a video there's a police car. Right, so first thing, let's talk about the video from yesterday. I took it down. I took the video down about Andrew Lawrence. Mainly because people weren't understanding what I was actually saying within that video. They just got no clue. They didn't watch the video. They didn't watch the video all the way through, and they just jumped to conclusions based on the title of the video. And that's fair enough. Not a lot of people are intelligent enough to actually watch an entire video, form an opinion, and then comment. For some people, it's just a knee-jerk reaction type thing. I totally understand that. That's what the internet's all about, and I get that. Some people just aren't intelligent enough to form a coherent thought. But this is what shocked me yesterday about the reaction, and not just to my video, but to the reaction to the whole Andrew Lawrence thing in general, because it was quite revealing to me, very revealing, that a lot of the people who claim to be free speech advocates aren't really free speech advocates at all. They don't truly believe in free speech. In fact, they're very, very close to their political enemies on the left regarding free speech. They seem to think that free speech only applies when it's things they agree with. That's not free speech at all. And if you're like me, I believe in free speech totally, for everybody, even for the people I disagree with. They have a right to criticise anybody they want, as do I, as do you, and that sort of thing. And I had some people come into the comments saying, oh, you've got your free speech and we've got our free speech to criticise you. Great, come with your best arguments. Come with your best arguments. I love that. It's not an echo chamber, my channel. I love debate. That's what it's all about. That's how we solve things. That's how all this gets rectified, through debate. If you want to say that certain people in society, such as comedians, are off limits for criticism, then you're creating a subset of society that can't be criticised, and that's dangerous. That is dangerous for society. It's dangerous for democracy. It's dangerous for free speech. You're putting these people on pedestals and saying they can't be criticised because, oh, he was only telling a joke, he's only a comedian. No, that's not how free speech works. Everybody in the world is open to criticism. That is free speech. You don't get an exemption just because you're a comedian. You don't. It's ridiculous. And I was shocked just how many people, gotta run across the road now, woohoo. I was shocked how many people thought that's what free speech was. That, yeah, it's only okay when I agree with it. No. Free speech is there even when you disagree with it. And yeah, it was quite shocking. I was watching several people on the right wing of politics basically saying, oh yeah, we're free speech extremists. No, you're not. No, you're not at all. I watched them calling people crybabies for disagreeing with Andrew Lawrence's joke, not offering up any kind of counter argument to what they were saying. They were just crybabies because they dared criticise Andrew Lawrence. And let's get into Andrew Lawrence, right? Andrew Lawrence is a mediocre comedian at the very best. This video is really going to separate the wheat from the chaff. I'm fully aware I'm going to get pushed back for this. I'm going to get people unsubscribing, but I don't really care. I don't care. I won't sacrifice my principles just to keep my audience happy. If you don't like what I've got to say, you're free to leave. You really are free to leave. That's your right. But I'm not going to self-censor myself just because of your sensibilities, just because you don't like what I've got to say. Because in that respect, if you think that way, then you're no better than the far left. No better than the far left, who think they're the only ones that are allowed to speak on subjects. No, that's not what we're fighting for. We're fighting for everybody's right to free speech, even the people we disagree with. And like I said, my comments are always open. You can vent your anger all you like about what I've got to say and stuff like that, and that's great, because like I said, my channel isn't an echo chamber. It never will be, and neither will be the subjects that I cover. If the subjects I cover offend you, you're free not to watch. This is what I've said to the people that have disagreed with me about Nigel Farage. You know, they somehow think that I've got a gun to their head and that I'm making them watch my videos. No, I'm not. You know, Andrew Lawrence went out on social media. Wasn't like it was in a video or one of his private shows. You know, if this had been in one of his shows, I probably wouldn't have given a shit, because the people in that audience went there and they fully expected to get that sort of humour. They paid to do it, and if they complained, well, they've got nothing to complain about, because you know what Andrew Lawrence is like. But this wasn't in one of his shows. This was on social media. This was on X. And yeah, Andrew Lawrence is a little fucking bitch. He is a little bitch. You know, that joke he told was purposely done to cause outrage. It was. That's the effect he wanted. And the thing is, he totally misjudged the backlash that he'd get for that joke. Totally misjudged it. Couldn't handle it. Doubled down in the video. Bitched about the fact people were coming to his X account and on his video and, you know, giving their opinions on what he said. And he didn't like that. He didn't like that. That's the point I was trying to make yesterday in my video. That he isn't a free speech advocate because he thinks free speech is only for him because he's a comedian. I was only telling a joke. No. Just because you tell a joke doesn't make you exempt from criticism from other people. It really doesn't. And yeah, he is a mediocre comedian. You know, I can't stand his fucking grindy little voice. I can't. And I choose not to watch him for that reason. You know, it was just a whiny little fucking bitch. Whiny little fucking bitch. He bit off more than he can chew. He got backlash for it. He knew he was going to get backlash, because why else would you tell a joke like that the day after an horrific incident? It's just to cause outrage, isn't it? And anybody coming to my videos and saying, oh, he's pushing the limits of free speech. Fuck off. Fuck off. He's not pushing the limits of free speech at all. What, with a crass joke that comedians have told decades ago? Do you really think that that level of humour is something new? It's not. It's not. People were doing it decades before he was doing it. And to be honest with you, they were doing it a lot better, a lot more intelligent as well. Fuck me. It's like, you know, feel free. You know, I'm not going to sacrifice my principles or my voice just because some people in the audience can't handle the fact that I've criticised somebody they like. Oh no. You know, you can walk away from the channel now. You know, I've had to build this channel up once before. I'll do it again. But there is no way on earth I'm going to sacrifice my free speech just because you don't like the fact that I've criticised somebody you think and is awesome, and you put him on a pedestal and think he's exempt from criticism. You know? No, that's not what I'm about, and you don't understand me. And if you don't get that that's not free speech, I can't help you. And you've got more in common with the people that will put Tommy Robinson in jail for speech than you realise. You really have. You need to have a good hard look at yourselves in the mirror and re-evaluate your values. If you think that only certain people are allowed free speech and that certain people are exempt from free speech simply for being comedians, it's ridiculous. That was the number one main argument that I got yesterday on my video. Oh well, he's a comedian, he was only telling a joke. So fucking what? So fucking what? Do you think that exempts him from criticism? No, it doesn't. And then they were like trying to conflate what I was saying, that I was an advocate for free speech for everybody, and somehow saying that I was agreeing with the people that wanted to cancel him. No, not at all. I don't agree with those people either. But yet again, people were lacking in intelligence to realise that's not what I was saying. You know, I don't care if this costs me all my subscribers. I don't care. I really don't care. Because at the end of the day, I'm on the right side of history. I believe in free speech for everybody, no matter who they are, whether they're my enemies, my friends, people I agree with, people I disagree with. I believe in free speech for everybody. And the fact of the matter is, some of you don't believe in that. Some of you don't believe in free speech for the people that you disagree with. And you're not advocates of free speech at all. And that was a massive eye-opener yesterday. And I hope this pisses people off. Good. I hope it pisses people off. I don't really give a shit. Like I said, you know, I may get backlash for this, but I don't care. I don't care anymore. I'm not bothered. I don't give a shit. You know, I'll always come back. I'll always rebuild my audience. And this will really separate the wheat from the chaff. The people I really want watching my videos. The people who really believe in free speech for everybody. Because that's the only way we're going to get out of this mess. Because if you don't believe in free speech for everybody, you're no better than the far left. You're really not. You're just like them. You're just on the opposite side of the argument. Anyway, that's all I've got to say on this. This is Vindicator, signing off.